We starting this up touch early, a minute or two early. It looked like there was too many people on here, so we figured we'd get started a little early, make everybody feel a little like, I missed something. But yeah, nobody cares what we're doing, so it doesn't really matter in the long run anyway. This is really all for documentation purposes for ourselves and for the business. And every once in a blue moon, we do an update, and that kind of links to our website and different things like that, so that we can get all that stuff on and keep the documentation going. Because Matt likes to sit by the computer, I've got to come down to y'all's level.
Lou, you're the first one to hit up.
What's up, talk about what's going on. Lou, the tried and true. Thank you, sir, for showing up as you do. Ha! You didn't think I was bringing that back around. Yeah, good. So this evening,
Jim's talking skills.
Yeah, nothing crazy here. Just as I like to do every once in a while, Little Knob Creek. This one's a little bit bigger. This is the 100 proof. They do a maple that's not too bad, but it is sweet. So if you're looking for an essence of maple, don't have that one because you are definitely not going to get it. So that's what on my that is what is on my drink agenda for this evening. And then Matt, I think this has been up here once before.
It is.
This is a Hefeweizen. No, this is a. Is it a Berliner Weiss style? I think this is going to fall into more of the Berliner Weiss style. It's a dry hop sour, so boysenberry, blackberry, so it's going to be very purplish and fruity. They're good. I like them.
I like the art.
I like stuff from Matt likes Collective Arts. I think he likes the labels more than he does the beer. But for myself, the glass has to be as good as the label. And if it's not, moving on. So I typically don't. I've had their stuff. It's okay. I'll drink it, but it's not something that
you wouldn't purposely purchase.
It's just a little less than what I'm after, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. It's like missing something when I drink it. They're not bad. If it's hot, they're better. Because they don't have that component. I think it's vanilla or something that I really like. And Matt's pouring it on the other side of the camera because he's always got to fight to get in front of everybody else any other time. That still looks good. You only got a couple clumps floating around there, so it hasn't been sitting for too long.
Forever, yeah. Kind of fairly recent.
Yeah, so that looks good. Again, very purpley red stuff. Not bad. Matt, welcome, sir. Thanks for jumping on. Mason's Morph. What is going on, good people? I guess my question to you. So this evening we're actually going to cut 3 clutches of eggs. The first one is not so much a cutting as a showing off. I've got 2 eggs that are already out. Everybody else is already pipped. So we'll go through that clutch, and then Matt has a couple. One being a visual Xanthic clutch.
Our first one of the season.
Yeah, so that's fantastic. So there's some odds there where we can hit some visual stuff for you guys, which is always great, and it furthers our projects and yours. See what we got here.
Your, tattoo.
Huh?
Matt's asking about your tattoo. That was the new tattoo.
Oh, it's going pretty good. So we finally finished. We did the inside. If you can see that, I'm in the itchy stage. So today actually is week 2. So it's taking a little bit longer. I can look at it. I still got the shiny parts. So there's parts here that haven't kind of flaked off, shed off, or whatever. And it was a little itchy today, but not too bad. But it's coming along nice, and I'm glad that piece is done.
Trade Winds, welcome.
What is going on, Trade Winds? So in case you missed it, nothing crazy here, but just a little Knob Creek. I know he doesn't care about the beer. You shouldn't have to take it away that fast, but yeah. So a little Knob Creek, 100 proof, not too bad. Their stuff is okay. The flavored stuff gets a little sweet, but I was saying we're going to cut 3 clutches. One of them is completely PIP, which is the first one we'll take a look at, and then we have an Xanthic and I don't know, something else.
Some Blackhead stuff.
Yeah, some Blackhead stuff. So we'll definitely take a look at all that stuff tonight. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clutches that have made it out of eggs and that are kind of waiting to shed and get put into their containers. So that's probably where we'll start, from earliest to latest, and then I don't know, we'll get to cutting some eggs. So.
And that fan is working awesome. I had to put a couple screws in it to get it to sit up straight, but thing is kicking butt and producing a bunch of wind.
Yeah, trade winds. Dude, this is the first time I've had the 100 proof, and to be honest, I like it. There's enough sweetness, enough heat, enough balance, if you will, to it's a solid drink. I actually enjoy this, and for under $40, I mean, you really can't go wrong with it.
Hey Karen, welcome.
What's going on, Karen? Thank you for showing up. Appreciate it. Northeast is in the house. What's going on? Oh, fancy. Little bougie even with the Sea Serpents Incubator.
Yeah.
Yeah, fancy I think is like when you get the Sea Serpents racks. Again, PVC racks. Show up assembled, like you got tubs, you're ready to go. Right. That's fancy. Bougie is getting the hot box incubator. And the 48-inch, that's money.
Right.
We haven't done that yet. We built ours from, I wouldn't say scratch, but we did the old refrigerator thing. So we have a 6-foot by 30-inch incubator. And again, Matt is being lazy. So instead of him showing you the actual incubator, he's just staring at me while the camera's on the ground.
You have such a pretty face.
Yeah. Whatever. So if he would actually walk a little bit, he could kind of head over there and show you kind of what we do. Nothing fancy. I don't do stickers because I want to see inside my incubator without opening the door. We do have a light switch and a fan switch. It is the original fan that is inside. And
you can just kind of see it up there.
We just did some rewiring so that it continues to circulate. And then the top shelf we kind of save for our 3-liter tubs. And these will typically hold up to about 5 or 6 eggs, depending on the size of the eggs. The lower shelves kind of get organized by size if we can. That last row there with the 2 different sizes, that is because the previous shelves were full of clutches. And then once they go in, we really don't touch them or move them around. That's why these clutches are still to the back, as they're some of the later clutches, and the ones that we're going to cut, we've already taken out of here. So
and this is
kind of what it looks like. Yep. And then as the clutches go in, they get written down on the glass, and then we just kind of line them off as we cut them. And then tonight we're going to start with clutch 28, 29, and 30. So a Butter Xtreme, an Inferno SK, and a Black Pastel Enchi Yellow Belly, possible het for SK or pied. And then you see we're right down here to 37 clutches that are in here. We're another, 5 girls or so?
Yeah,
6 girls, somewhere around there that'll still go. So we're looking somewhere in the neighborhood of 41 to 43 clutches for the year, and that's probably where we'll tap out.
Yeah, a bunch of first-year girls that we paired that didn't.
And there wasn't a second of silence in that whole 4-minute spiel. And that's why Matt can't get a word in edgewise, because if I do stop,
then I don't talk.
That 15 seconds of him not talking, where I have to start talking again, is definite.
Yeah, Jim.
So we'll start looking at some snakes.
Jim doesn't like silence.
Nope, definitely don't like silence.
I make my PVC and plastic racks. I'll let the clutches buy the heavy metal someday. Yeah, that's what we did. Bunch of snake money went into. Oh, that's the Pastel lesser.
Yep, dark face.
Yep. All right.
So a lot of these animals that we're going to take a quick look at are going into shed. So this is Matt's clutch, so he can go ahead and talk to you guys about what we're starting to take a look at here.
Yeah, so the pairing was a pastel lesser to a pastel dark phase xanthic. So everything here is 100% het for SK. And we got ourselves a het SK here. Another one here. Just a little brighter.
I think that's
maybe pastel. Yeah.
That's pastel.
Normal,
that's a normal pastel.
That's a super pastel. Get over there. Stay there. And then we got ourselves a super pastel lesser. And like this is totally clean. Like all the alien heads, the keyholes are pretty much filled in, nice and solid. Oh wait, no, that's not that one. But those are fairly solid. There are some spots, but this other animal that we're gonna pull up.
This, you almost get shadows of yellow belly down toward the tail.
Yeah.
A little bit up here, but not consistent enough. I'm pretty sure this will prove out for yellow belly, but like I'm not gonna throw a $100 bill on it.
Yeah, this girl, the pastel lesser, we were back and forth whether she had yellow belly or not because her sister was just so much brighter, and actually had a little bit more resemblance of the yellow belly near the belly. So
thanks for that, Lou. I appreciate that.
This girl may actually hold yellow belly because of this animal here. This is a super pastel lesser.
Glenmorangie
And then
port.
you look down
I
here.
love that stuff. That stuff is awesome, dude.
Near the belly, and it's just a bunch of checkering. So it's a girl. It's gonna stay here. Gonna grow it up, and then we'll prove it out and see if it's got the yellow belly.
Yeah, Lou, super waxy at the moment. These guys are coming out of the backside of their shed, so they're all like even more waxy than normal. But you can really get a good look at that yellow belly right there.
Yeah.
That's just, it doesn't get any more straightforward than that. It looks good, and you can see how, there is a little bit of a color difference. There's, a slight increase in yellow, and then even a little bit more reduction in the alien heads.
And they're super clean.
And yeah, yellow belly, well, gotta have it.
Yeah.
Gotta have it. So this next clutch that we're gonna look at, this was a super pastel yellow belly to the Fire Zawadi Het Clown. So super pastel yellow belly Het Clown to the Fire Zawadi Het Clown. We didn't hit any visuals. This is at least a pastel. I haven't looked too much. That might be yellow belly. This is a Firefly, possible yellow belly. Yeah, Firefly.
You start getting in the shed, it's like
Another Firefly, yellow belly. This would be a third Firefly, yellow belly. And then we'll end with a pastel yellow belly. So the fire showed up, the Zawadi did not, the clown did not, but the pastel fire was definitely in yellow belly out for days. So we got 4 animals with yellow belly, and then 1, 2, like all of them with the pastel. So really kind of sucked out on the odds on this clutch, but you can't win them all, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes the odds gods are with you, and other times they're not.
Nope. So this clutch, this next clutch is our 23rd clutch of the season, and it was a leopard lavender posset pied to a blade clown het lavender posset pied. So we were really going into this super stoked, hoping to get some dreamsicles or at least a pied, because then a pied is double het and like I'm good to go. But here we have a double het lavender clown. Number 2, double het lavender clown. Number 3, double het lavender clown. Now, I think these are, which sucks for me, is these are all, this whole clutch was males. So Lavender, that may be Blade. I don't know. It's hard to see. It's hard for me to see Blade in a normal, never mind in an albino, because I've never made it until this year. So unless it's really expressive, it's hard for me to tell. So I don't know what the story is with that one, other than it's a male, valuable. But this one, this is a Lavender Leopard Blade 100% het for clown female. Oh no, sorry, male. The whole clutch was male, so this is a male. This is the only holdback from the clutch. And then when we turn this around and we look at these two head patterns together, because the suspect is for Blade, those head patterns are almost identical. And then the Leopard is really making the contrast difference. Yeah. So I believe this will end up proving to be a Blade Lavender het clown, and then we have the Blade Leopard Lavender het for clown. All boys. Staying. Whew. Now these guys are about to shed out, so we're getting to some of this stuff here. So this clutch is clutch number 25. This was an Enchi clown female to the Fire Zawadi het clown. This is at least an Enchi. Looks a little bit funky for just Enchi. It's definitely not Fire. It's not Enchi Zawadi based on the animal that Miguel had posted. So this is just an Enchi het for clown. But man, there's flames, which Enchi does. But I don't know, the pattern is really funky. It's just not classic Enchi for me. I don't know. There's a lot of I don't knows in this clutch. So the other non-visual in this clutch is this animal here. This is a female. This female will be staying here. This is an Enchi Fire Zawadi 100% het for clown female. So yeah, that girl's gonna hang out with us for a little bit. Dude, so bright. The pattern, the way it opens up in between the alien heads, and you start to get more blushing in there, and just the brightness of her alone. I mean, looking at the head, I love it. I was back and forth a little bit about maybe selling this animal, just because of her value, but I really think she's just gonna stay here.
Yeah, she's going to produce some killer stuff for you.
Yeah, it'll be insane. I can't. Again, back and forth, but I can't let her go. I just can't. And you'll see how monumental that decision gets as we go through the rest of this clutch. And again, there has not been a Zawadi clown made that I'm aware of. I know there's only like 3 or 4 people that are even in the runnings to make it this season. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. So the next animal is this here. I know it's a visual clown. I've spent copious amounts of time
researching.
Looking online, looking at stuff that's been made. These are definitely not Enchi clowns. So Enchi by itself is out of the mix. So that leaves us with Zawadi, Fire, and Normal. They're a little funky for Normal. The head patterns are definitely different. I've looked at a lot of Normals. I've made one. And these are definitely not just Normals. So that leaves me with Fire or Zawadi. Yep, spent a lot of time looking at different pictures of fire clowns. And now these guys haven't shed yet, so I still got to wait for that to happen. But typically, even through the post-shed period where these guys are, fire clowns have a blush that comes through their dorsal. And if it's not on one, it's typically on another. Neither one of these are showing any blushing down their dorsal. Their heads are funky. They're not quite as classic fire clown heads. So I'm sitting at about a 75-80% that what we're looking at here are Zawadi clowns. I can't tell you for 100% that these are, because they've never been made. I have nothing to go off of. And honestly, I don't find myself very good at identifying snake genes, especially when they're really new. A lot of times it's going to take 2 or 3 weeks for the colors to come in, for them to shed a couple times, and then I can see stuff. So at this point, I'm going to call them Zawadi clowns. They may turn out to just be fire clowns. If they're fire clowns, both of them are very poor quality fire clowns, because typically, again, the fire brings in a lot of blushing in the dorsal, and I'm just not seeing it. So that's where I sit. All right. Now, this guy
is mama.
This is not mother.
Oh no.
This is a Fire Enchi clown. Now, I did pull him out after the Zawadis. Value-wise, a little less, but more genes. But I did that for a reason, because the next animal we're going to look at is just crazy. So you can see there is definitely more blushing in this dorsal than the other two animals. And Enchi can bring some of that. Fire brings some of that. You know, the head is definitely Enchi. There's no doubt about that. And then some of the lighter pattern is definitely fire. You know, the animal color itself is a lot brighter. And then the last animal of this clutch is this girl here.
Boom pow.
This, I think, is a Fire Enchi Zawadi clown, and she is a female. She is the second one from this clutch that is going to stay here. And again, I brought these out because the dorsal is similar enough, but you can see the difference. The color is similar enough, but you can see the difference. And the head pattern is yet similar enough, but there is a clear difference. So again, deductive reasoning, which is a lot of how identification happens. You can see that in Ozzy's videos. So that is 100% what's going on here. Deductive reasoning based on pictures, based on these animals, and based on the genes at play. So, yeah. So if I am correct, this clutch has given at least 2 worlds first. The 2 Zawadi clowns and the Enchi Fire Zawadi clown female.
And possibly the Fire...
And this is probably right along the lines of that as well. Enchi Fire Zawadi Het clown. So 3. But I never submitted anything for any worlds first. Even though these are, I won't submit for these either. But
thanks, Matt.
yeah, so really amped about that clutch.
Yeah, it's a good clutch there.
Yeah.
And then this one.
And then this one is another mind boggler. So this female we bred last year. She gave us visual clowns last year. So she's a Firefly Het clown. Last year we put her to a pastel clown, and we got clowns, which are great. We did get a fire clown, which I kept. It was a boy, to grow him up as a breeder to go back to, to other stuff. So she proved out for clown and the pastel and fire. This year, I had produced a red stripe het clown last year, and he just wasn't quite the size. Well, he was the size, but he had no interest in breeding. So I put in the Blade Clown Het Lav to this girl, and that's kind of key information to see when we start looking at these, that they're really, really weird. There's something different going on. I got one lock with him, and then the remainder locks came from a red stripe Het Clown that I had made. So I think the red stripe got the clutch, but as we look, we'll have to keep that Blade Clown Het Lav in mind, because as we get to the end of it, it kind of all falls apart on me. So these guys, theoretically, well, this is a Posset Clown or a Het Clown, depending on who got the clutch. So this one is a Fire 66% Het Clown. And then we hit this. This is a Firefly, but that's a crazy funky Firefly.
Yeah.
Fireflies are, really bright looking normals between the pastel and what fire brings. This is a whole nother level of wackiness. So I roll this over, and this animal kind of has tracks for like yellow belly. So I start thinking, I'm like, well, that's crazy, because the red stripe that I produced came from a pastel red stripe yellow belly female, but to my eyes, she's only given me red stripes. Every animal she's produced for 2 years has been red stripes. I've not seen pastel, and I've not seen yellow belly in those clutches. Well, I have seen pastel. So pastel and red stripe we've seen, so I've confirmed at least those two genes. But I've never seen any yellow belly until her son bred, and in this clutch, I see like a hint of yellow belly. So then the next animal in here is this magnificent creature. Like, these guys have like all come out of the egg today, so I haven't even sexed all of them. I know one, which we'll get to in a minute, but I don't know the sex of anything that we've looked at previously. Definitely not normals, right? Thanks, Matt. I really appreciate that. Dude, Dave, on a very busy day, and I've had a couple of those. A couple times over between high school and college. Thanks for definitely showing up today. I appreciate it. And congratulations for a milestone. So this animal here, we believe, is a red stripe Fire. And again, 100% Het for Clown.
66?
These are, 66, right. So Het to Het. Now, you can see tracks. I don't know that we normally get tracks. There's just a little bit of umbilicus there, not terribly abnormal. But these tracks may be from yellow belly. So this may be that's a female. So this may be a Fire red stripe yellow belly 66. No, not 66.
Yeah. It was the
66 or 100%. With the red stripe here, though, this is 66. So yeah, we've been doing all right so far. This next animal in this clutch really gets the gears turning. I posted this animal on Instagram this morning or yesterday, and I don't know. Everything I look at with this, it looks Ultramel Clown. I've had that said to me in comments, what I posted on Instagram. He's a little small. He absorbed about 2/3 of his egg yolk, and for whatever reason, he released from it. So there was a fair bit of egg yolk left in the egg. So he's a little bit small compared to the other ones. But that's okay. We're really good here at keeping snakes alive after they hatch. And we'll make sure he eats and he gets up to size. This boy is going to stay here and have a fairly good life breeding for us. So I don't know, like I looked on a Morph Market and Bob Vu has a Firefly red stripe clown, which is based on genes what this should be. I wouldn't imagine that yellow belly would make such a drastic difference here. But this animal is crazy. The purple, the blushing inside the purple, and the colors that are here, it really, really looks like a Firefly Ultramel clown. There is literally almost no way for me to prove that.
Maybe you got a cross-pollination.
I have, dude, either something's going on, I don't know. But I do have a female upstairs that I purchased from Monroe Morphs, which is a leopard het lavender. Het ultramel, sorry, leopard het ultramel. And I know this is clown. So one of his pairings that may be in his foreseeable future, once he gets the size, we'll be going to her and see if we can hit maybe a Firefly leopard ultramel het clown.
That would be some crazy.
Yeah, if that just falls out of it, it'd be
Right.
crazy. Now, the other chance with all this reduction, we could be looking at a dual sire clutch, and this animal could be a Firefly Blade Lavender clown. How I've never seen those. So again, another reach that we purchased this girl, this Firefly het clown, and she ends up being double het for Lavender clown. But this color profile, the way it looks, just doesn't make a lot of sense as far as if Lavender or Ultramel isn't in the mix. Definitely go out to Morph Market, take a look at that animal that Bob Vu made. And he's not the only one. There was a couple other animals out there as well that were Firefly red striped clowns, and none of them come even close to looking like what this looks like. So I definitely think I'm looking at something different here. I just don't even know where to start or begin to determine what I'm looking at. So it will stay here. It's a boy. So hopefully by next breed, well, it may not be ready in 6 months because he's a little small.
Right.
But, at some point he'll get going here and we'll see what happens. Woo!
Now we get to some eggs.
Yeah, it's egg time. Yeah, buddy. I'm ready for this. You ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
You're ready.
Dun, dun, dun.
So this clutch, this is a Butter Xtreme. So again, this female, similar to the OD Xtreme that I've paired previously. They both came from Ken Masick, and they were both purchased prior to him announcing the Extremis. So the thought, at least in my mind, is with that crazy orange girl that I made, that hopefully that they were going to be, het tri-stripe, and the other clutch saw the tri-stripe. This one saw a McKenzie Enchi Fire Yellow Belly. So no chance to hit tri-stripe here, but if possible, looking for some of those extremist qualities in these eggs or these snakes to see if maybe there's something going on there. So as Matt kind of flips around, we definitely have everybody's pipped. I've got two animals that are completely out of their egg.
Yeah, they want to stay in their little.
And now I was back and forth again of doing an Instagram live with this because the first pipper was Wednesday, and then Thursday, yesterday, I had 2 more, so I had 3 heads out. So then I started kicking myself in the butt because I knew when I came home today that they were all going to be out. And sure than crap, when I checked them this morning and I burped the tub, all but one was out. And then when I came home, all the heads were out. So I'm like, and they're not due until tomorrow. So our stuff is super early, and we've had more early pips this year than we have in years past. Any other years.
Any years combined.
Yeah.
I think all years combined, we probably maybe had 4.
So I don't know if that's a female maturity thing that's happening there, or the incubator itself is now in the hatchling room this year.
So it's a little warmer.
And it's a little warmer ambient, but the temperature inside the incubator has kind of been the same as it has been in years past, because ambient in here would be like 72 to 75, and the incubator was always working, but it would maintain at like 90 degrees. So this year it's like 80, not even 81. It's pretty constant, like 80, 80.5 in the hatchling room. And the incubator had a small peak. It ran 90 for, I don't know, from whenever the first clutches went in for eons ago. And it just was 90 solid. And then the past month it ticked up a hair as summer came around. But then I turned the temperature down in the incubator, and that kind of staved that off. So, and again, when I say it elevated, it went from 90 to 91.5, and then we teetered back to 90 degrees. So inside the tubs is probably a degree or so different based on previous measurements. But everything this year is been 2, 3, and sometimes 4 or 5 days early pipping, which usually we're cutting eggs and I don't have a single pipper. So,
right.
Butter Xtreme to McKenzie Enchi Fire Yellow Belly. And these 2 are out. This is bright fire. Enchi-ish. But not classic. I don't know. Fire, maybe a fire yellow belly. Yeah, fire yellow belly. This one is definitely way more funky, way more blushing.
We were saying McKenzie Fire?
A lot of tracks. The male that I purchased was a McKenzie Fire and proved out to have 2 other genes. So I've not made a McKenzie Fire that I'm 100% confirmed on. So I don't know. Possibly. This one got great blushing. I'm gonna give it some yellow belly. I'm gonna say that some Enchi. Yeah, Enchi, McKenzie. It's not a McKenzie Enchi. And I don't see Xtreme. So yellow belly something.
Could that be Xtreme? No. It'd have to have the fat.
It's not. Yeah, it's not really fat enough.
Yeah.
Just move some of that around. This guy is super bright. So this ought to be a good egg, and I don't see any veins really. Oh, this is McKenzie crazy.
Oh,
yeah. That's rock solid McKenzie right there. McKenzie Fire, probably yellow belly.
Maybe Xtreme.
Yeah, maybe Xtreme. I'm not really sure. It's not like, and again, McKenzie Xtreme I've not seen before, and I don't know how McKenzie's going to impact the dorsal, which tends to be very striped and very thick. I just don't see it there.
This one's very curious. Keeps wanting to
Yeah.
get in the tub.
Well, they've been out for a couple days, so it's tough.
They want to run away.
Yeah. What, really? With all that in the mix, I get a normal?
It's got some weird orange color.
Yeah, it's bright, but that's a normal.
Yeah.
There's nothing else that explains that. That's a normal. Man, that dude's out of control.
Let's go see its brothers and sisters.
Yeah, don't forget, this ain't the only,
Clutch tonight.
oh, Lou, just speculating. Yeah. I've probably made like 4 or 5 clutches, and I'm still speculating, my friend, because a lot of the pairings that I had done previously to really seeing babies were lined up. Oh, that's a het pied ringer. Wait a minute.
There's no het pied in either one of these.
Yeah.
animals.
What do we?
That you know of, anyway.
Lesser. I'm gonna say Butter, McKenzie, Fire, maybe Yellow Belly, but the pied thing is like out of control, dude. Like that's a rock solid ringer. And look, that's even got like the little spots inside the pied alien heads.
That's cool.
So maybe one of these animals are looking. Oh, look at that! And then he comes up for his first breath. And look at that head stamp. Look at that big blush on the back of his head. Oh, that's crazy. Yep, first breath. Yeah, Mason, for sure.
Now you just got to figure out which one's got the.
Yeah, that animal just set it off, and now I got to figure out who's het pied, because that is clearly a pied ringer. And I mean, usually you get the white blush, and you're like, is it pied ringer, or is that just like a combo of colors? Like that has the orange in it, and then it has the speckles on the other side. There is no doubt that's 100% het pied animal right there.
Yeah, the pattern is pretty whacked.
Bro.
Dude.
Nah, it's time to go for a hunt. Is that dad or is that mom?
And like
Dad, well, we've seen a fair bit from Dad, and we've not seen that.
Yeah.
This is her first year.
You have a lot of figuring out to do between clutches.
Dude,
you got that weird clown.
dude,
you got that going
the
on.
the whole season is like that. So here we go. We're gonna look at another one. See if we can have him tuck his head. This one looks a little funky on the inside too. And you can see with these scissors, and again, we've talked about these, especially with Lou, on a couple of videos ago. This is a straight Mayo scissor. This is a surgical scissor that's used in, typically used in the OR, where both of us work. You can find them online. They're not cheap. I'll tell you that they're not cheap, but they keep an edge. And we talked about this before. So I like these because I can cut over the top. They're also blunt, so I can put them inside and not have to worry about stabbing the snake or cutting stuff I don't want to cut. And they're razor sharp. So the benefit of that is I don't need 2 scissors. You know, I don't need the little ones that go inside, the little, they're like suture removal scissors. I don't need monster shears, which those work great. You watch Billy, he can cut the whole egg in one foul swoop. I'm still a little nervous when I cut eggs, so I like to, take a little bit more time. But you can see this was already cut by them. I don't have to scissor it too much.
You just run it.
And they're so sharp, they just cut it open.
That's McKenzie.
That's McKenzie. Yellow belly.
Maybe Fire.
Maybe Fire or Xtreme. That one's pretty busy, pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Pretty dark, and all these animals look like I could just peel these open, and they're good to go because there's no veins, there's nothing left on the inside. I'm pretty sure there's no egg yolk, but this animal is crazy. very bright. And then that one with that pied marker is just out of control.
How about you give us a ringer?
This guy is also.
Come on, get your head back in there.
He's trying hard. There he goes. So again, with him inside, I'm not going to scissor much. I don't want to cut anything. So I'm just going to lift up and let the sharpness of the scissors kind of do. Wow, that looks crazy.
Yeah.
Sharpness of the scissors do their work.
That's butter for sure.
Oh yeah, it's 100% butter. Maybe that's just a pastel butter. Maybe yellow belly.
There's no pastel.
Oh, there is no pastel.
Fire butter?
Yeah, it could be a fire butter. Not too bad.
Yeah. Here they all are, just crawling all over the place.
So the question is that a true pied ringer? I mean, if it ain't, that's the best ringer I've ever seen in my whole life.
Right?
I mean, you see white rings and crazy stuff. The ringers,
the head, it's kind of like the mark.
So again, another telltale of yellow belly on pied is like speckling inside the saddles. So seeing the speckling, the orange, the ringer, this animal is surely suspect to be yellow belly, het pied, lesser, McKenzie, who knows what.
No, there is no calico or sugar at play.
Nope, not today. Or definitely not in that clutch.
Dude, nice.
Different and more crap I got to figure out,
right?
which tends to be about 10 to 20% of our life when we breed stuff is trying to figure out like.
Well, if he's a boy.
It's easier to figure it out as a boy.
Yeah.
Because 6 months, 7 months, he'll probably be ready for 1 or 2 clutches next season. We'll see.
Y'all's ready for him?
Matt's ready because.
Oh yeah.
Matt, you've what cut 2?
1, 2, 3.
3 out of
4.
Really? 4?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4. I've cut 4 clutches out of
23, 24. Time out.
We're up to what? 29, 30.
That was 28.
29, 30. So I'll have 6.
6 out of 30. So Matt's very happy to cut eggs.
and especially this one because it's my first Xanthic clutch.
So it'll be a visual. Well, you did your puzzle. Puzzle was visual.
I was very, very excited about that, but I'm also excited because I haven't produced any Xanthic stuff. So
yeah. So this will be a first visual clutch.
So this clutch was an Inferno, so a pastel hidden gene walnut granite yellow belly. 100% het for Xanthic to a pastel dark phase Xanthic.
Sorry, bull in a china shop. Trying to get to my comments here. Sorry.
And we got 6 eggs. So theoretically should have half the clutch be visuals.
Wow, Brewer, that's pretty cool. So I do have an Enchi Sugar female from this season that was paired to a Blade Clown and got some decent stuff. Most of that clutch is sold. I think I have a couple boys left, but Sugar and Clown is, it's going to be a game changer. It's going to be really nice.
Oh, for sure.
I was just told I have to kneel.
So you're the same height?
That I'm not looking over your head. No, don't duck down more. That's so bad. Marshall, welcome, man. What's going on? So we did cut. I put the lid back on. We're getting ready to. We showed up. We have 1, 2, 3. We had 5 clutches that we went through previously that they're in the rack over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Waiting to shed that have come out previously, and then this clutch was a Butter Xtreme to a McKenzie Enchi Fire Yellow Belly male. They look good. And then this one, as we come right down here, this one out of nowhere produced this crazy ringer. If I can
Manipulate it.
Yeah, if I can manipulate it. So there you go. Classic pied. I mean, not classic, but like that's almost pied. So orange, white. You got the yellow belly speckling in there. So I think this animal will end up being a butter yellow belly, Enchi, possible Xtreme het pied. And that's new to us because none of the animals, neither one of the male or female, have been known to be het pied. So interesting. I'm gonna keep that animal and have to see what happens with it.
Yeah.
Matt, I've seen ringers and animals that have white rings. And even animals that are 100% pied that have ringers, they don't always look
like a ringer.
Like that. I mean, that's a ringer to the 1000%. In that it has all the orange that circles. It has the speckling from yellow belly. It has the white from the pied. Like it could get any more definitive than that. Now, it could be an anomaly. It very well may be that it's just a paradox thing that showed up.
Right.
But it could also be that one of these are het pied. So I might have to look at my breeding schedule next season and see what's in the agenda for these two animals, and maybe or maybe not change plans. Dude, Marshall, yeah, for sure. There's ringers, and then there's ringers, and that would be a ringer. Like a ringer.
Put that McKenzie Enchi Fire Yellow.
If he was het pied,
put him to your pastel ivory
bro,
pied.
Bro, that'd be dumb because he also has yellow belly. So
yeah, you can put him to the
a whole lot
stuff.
more ivory pieds in the.
Yeah.
Well, she is an ivory. Oh,
yeah.
He's a yellow belly. So
pastel
so
ivory.
half would be what? Stop it.
Yeah.
You're gonna mess up my whole breeding schedule next year.
Oh, I'm trying to enhance it by one snake.
Yeah, Matt, I completely agree, dude. Again, like Marshall said, there's a ringer, and I've seen, you can see white marks come up, and everybody like, oh, it's pied, blah! Like, the chickens come out, and it gets crazy.
Wow.
Whatever. And then this one with the orange in the right, like, dude, it's just nutso. It's nutso. So, if that doesn't prove, y'all be suspect on any ringers you ever see in the future. All right, so we've got voodoo. So talk to us about what we're doing here.
All right, Inferno, which is pastel, hidden genoma, granite, yellow belly, 100% SK Xanthic to my pastel dark phase Xanthic. So there could be some dark phase stuff that shows up later on down the road.
Yep.
Usually shows up about 5-6 months down the road is where they start to darken up a little bit. So,
well, explain
the dark phase.
So that's how it presents, but explain a little bit more in regard to maybe history and
where we got
how the dark phase thing kind of works. Is it genetic, whatever,
all
that stuff. So when they watch this and they see what happens.
So the animal, we picked it up from Greg Graziani. We ended up seeing a video that he had posted where he had a super pastel leopard dark phase, and it was like black on black, totally crazy. So we have our pastel dark phase. You can tell that he's dark phase because the pastel coloring is a little darker than normal, and it doesn't pass it to every snake. It shows up randomly. There's no rhyme or reason.
So kind of like a high intensity OD.
Right. So one of my clutches that I hit like 3 or 4 Xanthics in that clutch, and only 2 of them presented the dark phase.
So Trade Winds had asked if it's if dark phase is the same as like a black Xanthic.
No, black Xanthic is definitely different. The black Xanthic is guaranteed with your
black
visuals.
Xanthic is a separate recessive gene.
Right.
It's a specified gene. Dark phase is kind of similar to high intensity OD, at least at this point, where it's kind of a random expression, probably through breeding and going through just different genes and mutation. At least at this point, that's kind of where I'm at with the dark phase. Ozzy has talked about like how the high intensity OD is, and it's really random. It comes from those lines, and it can just express itself in one clutch or another or not.
Right.
So dark phase is very similar, at least the way we've found so far, is that it's not like genetic where 25% of the clutch, 50% of the clutch, or whatever is going to show up. It's really random. Like we've done probably like 3 or 4 clutches with this dark phase male, and
not even
out of 2 of the clutches we might have had a couple to we definitely had 3.
Right.
So we're still learning to look for it. What we've learned this season, from last season's pairings, is that we need to hold everything for 6 months from this male, because it takes a minimum of 5 to 6 months for it to really express itself. And where the high intensity is almost instantaneous.
Right.
This Xanthic mutation or anomaly is really slow growing.
Yeah, and one great example of an animal that we ended up picking up a pastel spider Kelly Xanthic from Art to Jacqueline down in Florida. And when we got the snake was black and white. All white with black traces going in between all the white. This snake it took longer. Well, this snake got darker and darker, but it really got dark probably a year or 2 after it started presenting those darker colors. And now looks totally different than what it did as a baby. I also have on our website, I have a blog spot. I actually have the video of Greg Graziani's posting of that video. So if you guys want to go check it out, it's on our website, ectothermicdungeon.com. Crazy. Like, it's a crazy looking snake. So.
Thanks, Tradewinds. I appreciate that, man, really.
So to get into it.
What are you going to do?
We're going to cut some Xanthic stuff.
Wow, that was really creepy. Very creepy. But here we go. So again, because it's been a minute and we've been talking about other stuff, what are we cutting here? What's this clutch?
Oh, that's an example.
It's what's the clutch?
Sorry, it was an Inferno, so a pastel hidden G-Woma granite yellow belly head Xanthic to a pastel dark phase Xanthic.
Wow, bro, that's insane.
Ooh, look how white it is.
Oh my god. Hidden G-Woma.
Yeah, for sure.
Pastel.
It's definitely not super pastel because you'll get gray tones. Where
bro,
the black
it looks like an Inferno Xanthic, man. Based on pattern.
If it is, that would be great. Because that's what I was looking for.
Right off the rip. Oh my god, bro, so bright, super clean. It has to be an Inferno Xanthic.
You will find out.
If it's not, that's what you need to make all the time.
Oh, for sure. Like, holy cow.
You owe me a beer.
I said cow, you said crap.
Whatever, close enough.
Cow crap. Woo! Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, a kid at Christmas. Yeah, no doubt. Holy good
Lord.
Lord.
You guys have no idea. Out of all out of all the genetics that we work with.
We're going to move this over here just so it's a little bit easier for the camera to get at.
Out of all the genetics that I work with, I love all the genetics, but my most two favorite are Xanthic and Puzzle. So whenever I'm cutting those eggs, I'm like a kid in a candy store just because I love those genes so much.
Or the way Matt said, a kid at Christmas.
Yes, yeah. It's Christmas in June. Come on, another Xanthic. Oh yeah, another one. Another Xanthic.
Dude, yeah,
that's a darker Xanthic, so that's probably pastel.
You think a darker Xanthic makes it pastel?
Well, like this looks like a traditional, so I'm saying it's probably, I'm saying pastel, because the pastel usually kind of has like the browner tones in it by itself. I really can't tell if there's anything else in it just because of the way it's all wrapped up.
Yeah, well, I think there's a little more there than just regular Xanthic, but...
not regular Xanthic, pastel Xanthic. So not just a straight up Xanthic. So the pastel, I could see that. There may be yellow belly. I'd have to wait to see the belly to really get a good look.
Yeah, it looks a little dirty to me.
Maybe granite.
Compared to this. So, I mean, again, yeah, that could be lack of granite. It could be because of the influence of yellow belly.
Yeah.
But... I wouldn't call that pastel Xanthic off the rip. Either way, it's freaking awesome. It's two visuals.
Yeah, right off the bat. Woo!
And there's a clear difference between the two of them. There's no doubt.
Oh, boy.
Yup.
Oh, yeah.
You know that's a keeper.
Oh, for sure. Male, female, I don't care. It's staying here. Because if that's a male Inferno, then it'll replace the Inferno het that I have.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt.
Yeah. And we got ourselves a het. And it looks like Hidden Gene Woma.
That's another Xanthic, bro.
No, it's not Xanthic. It's got yellow in it.
Yeah, I think that's amniotic.
Oh, no, yeah, maybe that is it. Yeah, that's another Xanthic, maybe. Or it could be the Infernos. Remember the Infernos came out looking Xanthic?
Yeah, you're. I'll give you that. But that's super clean.
No, there's yellow. You could see yellow in it.
Yeah, I don't see yellow.
Oh yeah, it's yellow.
I don't see yellow.
Yeah, that's
amniotic fluid. I don't see yellow. The yellow that's flowing, like you guys are seeing this yellow here.
Yeah,
right here. That yellow, that's from the amniotic fluid, and you can see it pulled back. Now that he lifts it up, that is stark. That's black and white. There's little veins. I don't know. We're gonna have a debate about it, but either way, you're still way ahead of the game with two
already. You know, right?
This is 100% TSK.
Yes.
We picked this stuff up. All our animals from either Greg Gaziani, Art DeJacqueline,
and JD,
or John Doe.
Yep.
John Dag.
Dag.
Dag. Anglo-Saxon way. So everything is 100% SK going on here.
And we went with SK because there's not a whole lot of people working with it versus Xanthic.
Dude, you are crushing. What, head to head?
No, head to visual.
Yeah, right.
So half should be.
So you just hit your nominal half.
Yep.
And I mean that looks really good. There's something else other than just Xanthic there.
Yeah.
So
pastel.
Maybe. Yeah, pastel. Yeah. I like that. And then this one has definitely got like yellow belly, and that's
got to be the whole deal there.
Yeah, that's the whole deal.
Other than super pastel. Because I do have that as a possibility.
Wow. Yeah, now that I look at those, that is definitely a little more yellow tinged.
Yeah.
So that is probably...
It could be an Inferno.
Like an Inferno type or whatever, or something similar. But like, dude, 3 visuals already, and a full Inferno. Bro. And we still got another clutch to cut. I'm sorry. It's awesome when you hit odds like this. It's just insane.
And that is definitely a het.
Yeah, that's a het. That looks great, bro.
Pastel, granite.
100% het SK Xanthic. Like, holy goodness.
Super clean.
Yeah.
And that's usually...
Dude. Yeah. Like, those two colors definitely connect.
Yeah.
These three definitely connect. It's more gray, white, as opposed to... They're still look good, though. Like, the cleanliness...
Ooh, no goops on there.
The contrast, just lack of noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, let's beat the odds. Let's get one more Xanthic.
One more Xanthic. What do y'all think? Is he gonna hit another Xanthic, or are we done with the visuals? The faster you answer, the faster I show him cutting the egg.
I was gonna peek.
So you're just gonna look at his forehead, or you're gonna look at the egg. Dial him in. Xanthic, number 1 for Xanthic, number 2, number 2 for het. So I got 1 visual, 2 visual.
Yeah, look at that shiny forehead.
3 visual, 4
blind you a
visual,
little bit. Oh, I'm going bold.
5 visual. 6, 7. All right, it's going to be visual. We're going to cut it. Here we go. And it's a het.
It's a het. That's an Inferno.
But, dude, every het is ridiculously amazing.
That's an Inferno. For sure. Super pastel Inferno.
Yeah, that's a super Inferno. Yeah, that's super Inferno, no doubt. That's crazy town right there.
Woo! I'm liking this. Pop you right
Yeah, Mason, absolutely. I mean, we're not talking about visuals here, but like, look at the hets. These are hets. How clean are they? I mean, you don't find hets that clean very often. This is awesome. Like, dude, bro. Solid clutch, man.
that was a great clutch.
That's a great clutch.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So, if you follow me on Instagram, 120,000 times.
Yeah. Well, every time we do a live, you do it. I had to top off just a touch.
We got runners.
Cheers for whoever's drinking. Soda, alcohol, whatever you got in your hand. Cheers.
They were running off. I'm gonna put that lid back on. No runners. Woo! Yes. All right. So, if you guys do follow me on Instagram, I have been trying to post pictures more often. Usually tagging the Ectothermic Instagram page at it at the same time. I posted a...
So, trade wins, unfortunately, I had one Desert Glow... Oh, dude.
Desert Ghost, huh?
Wow. Yeah, that's a whole lot of knob creep.
Knob creep? All right, just stop talking.
Anyway, we had one Desert Ghost clutch this year. And it was a pastel Desert Ghost to a tri-stripe.
A pastel Desert Ghost?
Pastel Desert Ghost. And they just hatched out.
That was good.
Half of them took a first meal right away, which is kind of crazy. And there were 4 pastel double hets and 3. Hold on, I'm counting. Yeah, 4 pastel double hets and 2. There's 6 eggs. 2 double hets. So fantastic clutch. Did really well. Super happy.
There's nothing in that egg.
No, I disagree.
I'm like, there's no body, nothing.
Yeah, that feels weird. Cut it. See what happens.
All right. So, back to what I was saying. I had posted on Instagram earlier one of the males that we're holding back. A little close. A Blackhead Black Pastel Red Gene. Getting super, super dark. So, this clutch is kind of related. Dad is the same sire to this clutch. So, this is a Black Pastel Enchi Yellow Belly to a Blackhead Red Gene. So we can one thing that we can do better.
All right, Mr. Webb. you can simmer down, son. So, yeah, we started our video the way we do every time. Typically, I pregame, as I did today. I was home fairly early. I mowed the lawn.
He's feeling pretty good.
Yeah. Well, we'll leave it at that.
So, the last Blackhead clutch we had was a black pewter to the Blackhead Red Gene, so this clutch doesn't have to pass off.
Fucking Northeast. Knob creep is
knob creep. So
I gotta start my own distillery and call it knob creep.
How creepy.
Each bottle of bourbon will come with a little baby ball python inside.
So
sorry if I hurt anybody's feelings. I only say that. Well, let me explain. I know it's a little. It can bring angst. But my son is deployed in Japan, and he sent me a picture of a whiskey, a Japanese whiskey, where they put they have a pit viper over there. Now I forget the name of the type of pit viper, but it's the small black and red pit viper, and he had sent me pictures of the actual pit viper, and then recently I got a picture of a bottle of whiskey that had this pit viper in it. So the only reason why, again, I said what I said was, again, not to piss anybody off, but based on that. So ball pythons in a what? Anyway, let's cut some eggs.
All right. So black pastel, Enchi yellow belly to a Blackhead Red Gene. I have one kind of crazy funky egg. I'm gonna save that.
Exactly, Matt. Thanks. Thank you for bringing that back up. Habu Viper, bro. Trade winds. Like you must have been deployed. It's the only. I think.
All right, you got to stop drinking so much. You talk.
No, wait. I do. I don't disagree. But we're talking about a native species on the other side of the planet that most people have never heard of, and trade winds just coughed up the name of the, I think it's the only venomous species snake in Japan. He just coughed it up.
Did he say gaboon? Or what did he say?
What did you say?
I don't know. You said it sounded like you said gaboon.
I didn't say anything.
You said something weird.
No,
yeah.
I did not. No. It's a Habu Viper.
Habu.
That.
I'm like,
baboon.
I'm like, that's
close it
out over there.
Close it. Close it.
I'm making sure you're on the right track. No, I'm in front of the camera.
Dude,
I'm talking.
Big shout out to Trade Winds for knowing the probably only. Oh, what? Shoot! Stop! Only venomous species in Japan.
All right, Jim's losing his words.
I just want to picture your forehead the way you show mine all the time.
Oh no, I show the belly.
Yeah, well, that too. You're happy about that?
No, I'm not.
Okay,
I've been exercising, trying to get rid of it. and drinking beer don't help.
What do we got? What's sitting in front of us? There's a lot of eggs, bro.
Yes, we got 10 eggs.
Woo!
So this was a first-year girl, black pastel Enchi yellow belly, to a Blackhead Red Gene. So we've kind of mixed the black pastel with the Blackhead stuff already, but we're adding a yellow belly and Enchi to the mix.
Lone Wolf, not entirely, so to speak. We're going to cut 10 eggs from the last clutch. We'll definitely go back and we'll go through the other two for sure. I'm not pulling out the 5 clutches that are waiting to shed. As we've been at this for an hour and 12 minutes already. So
wow, man, does time fly when you're having fun.
Yeah. So we'll cut these and we'll go back to the other 2 clutches, which are pretty cool clutches on both accounts. But right now, Matt's getting his scissors on. He's got his happy gold scissors going.
Edward Scissorhands over here.
I don't know if I go that far. Woo! 108 degrees. Oh, that looks exanthic.
So that female's got pastel in her.
Oh, who just said that? Northeast. Yeah, Jim is lit. You have no idea.
Or the color just didn't come in yet.
Well, we've said this before. Typically, from when you're going to cut eggs to when they pip, another 7 to 10 days before a fair bit of true color comes in.
Yeah.
Your second shed is really what you're looking at for all intents and purposes. I see black pewter.
Which is weird because mommy don't look like a black pewter.
Well, she's got more than black pewter.
No, she's a black pastel Enchi YB.
Enchi YB with no pastel, and Dad was
The Blackhead Reggie.
Blackhead Reggie.
So
that maybe Regine black pastel. I'm just trying to connect dots here. I'm not sure.
we'll have to.
And I'm not really good at identifying eggs or snakes in the eggs. It sounds really convincing through the camera, but I really don't. I don't know what I'm doing.
All right, let's see what this next one will be.
Yeah, you definitely can't go wrong with Blackhead.
It's a pastel.
Pastel? From where?
Or no pastel, yeah.
There's no pastel in the clutch. What's that from?
Unless mom actually has pastel in her, maybe.
Trade wins. That came out wrong. I need more blackheads. Yeah, well, Juneteenth.
Juneteenth.
That
It's
ended
tomorrow,
a long
right?
time ago.
It's tomorrow. Federal holiday.
Well, Matt, the blackhead pies actually look awesome. It's pretty neutral as far as reduction and stuff concerns. It brings its own color palette. I don't know.
Blackhead Enchi, maybe?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, we will.
That's going to need a shed or two.
A lot of this stuff's going to have to come out of the egg for us to really figure out what it is. Because we're, may have to go back and look at mom and really see what she is.
Yeah. Again, the blackhead and pied, it's, again, relatively neutral. It brings a little bit darker tone, kind of similar to, what?
Another black pewter. Another pewter color.
Yeah, somebody's got pastel in him. She might be a pastel, bro. Well, yeah, blackhead, lavender, pied.
It's like she has like no black pewter color to her at all. Like she's orange and yellow.
Yeah,
I'm just not. So I'm confused.
Black pastel Enchi we've seen brings
So
a
orange.
ton of color.
Right.
But pastel can mute that down a fair bit, so she may be a black pewter Enchi yellow belly. She might have that hidden pastel. I mean, that's what we're looking at.
Maybe.
Yeah, definitely do. I know they've been made.
Another pewter.
Yeah, so there's definitely pastel in her.
And that's got red gene in it for sure. Because the pattern's all crazy.
Blackhead leopard, double hit lap. Yeah. Yeah, that's the way you grow it up. Trade winds. Rich, I mean, what do you say? Blackhead lavender pied is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
He's growing up a blackhead leopard double het lab pied.
Nice, dude. Don't lower your mic down too low. A lot of goop. Yep.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly what that is. That's a yep nope.
Could be Enchi. Maybe. got banding-ish qualities to it.
Yeah, those definitely have a black pewter.
Yeah.
tone to them. Looks like the last one. It's not normal for sure.
No. Some crazy looking stuff in here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know some of those. There's really no. Well, there is Enchi.
Yeah, that could be. That's an Enchi there. You can see with some of the banding there now that
Yeah,
it's
so has
moved.
Enchi.
Maybe yellow belly.
I don't know.
We'll see.
It's another Enchi there.
Oh, that one's
That
super
one's
clean.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Primo.
Hey, there we go. There's a Blackhead, black pastel Reggie.
Okay.
It looks like.
And we've
looks
only
like
made,
the-
yeah, I agree with you. It kind of looks similar to the other one, but
Yeah.
this is to be the second one we made. So
Yeah, there may be something else in there, maybe, because there is some blushing down by the belly a little bit, but
yeah, that's
maybe yellow belly going on.
Blackhead, black pastel, red jean.
Maybe yellow belly.
Yeah, there's something else going on there. It's not quite the same as the other one. Yeah, thanks, man.
And
I
that's
appreciate that, Rich.
and that could be a black pewter blackhead right there, maybe, because it's got the funky.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the red june like yours,
Yeah,
where it's got the crazy.
yeah.
Another. That's a black pewter red jean. Blackhead red jean. Looks very similar to the female that you held back.
How close are we to that egg?
We're about an inch and a half away.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one more than the other one's similar, but this one looks way closer to the female I kept from the other clutch.
So at least definitely we can say blackhead, black pastel, red jean.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's awesome. That's tight. I don't think that's any more than that. So that would be a second hit for that.
Yep.
And this one is lacking a little something compared to that.
Yeah, I think
Like
it's
you see that one and those alien heads. What's going on, Leon? Thanks for dialing in. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Those alien heads are really tight and like chain linked, like connected.
So this
and then you get over here, it's a little, the same colors,
funkier.
but it's like it don't have the linking, so that may not be holding
the red jean.
the red jean in there for sure.
And then we got those last kind of
The
moldy.
the lonely egg, the last one, last man standing.
It doesn't feel like there's any snake in here at all. Like when moving it around, but
and no mold, no nothing.
oh no, it's a dead snake.
Oh man, we've been dealt with that a little bit this year.
Yeah. So dead in the egg.
So not terribly bad. Like we've had a couple clutches where we've had a dead snake. We've had friends that have had entire clutches that have just not made it.
And it happens to be the ones with mold lately.
It just that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And again, really crazy pattern going on there, and it's tough to say if that's an underdeveloped thing or if the animal itself was just like an anomaly. Trade winds. It just happened to him too.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks. Sorry, man.
Manipulated here a little bit. Yeah, it looks like at least it would have been like an Enchi something, yellow belly. Yeah, it happens, you know. It sucks. You know, you try to make sure everything 100% makes it, but you know, there could be stuff that's just genetically being carried in any of the parents that just being put together could just cause an issue. So it is what it is, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is. We're approaching about 90 minutes.
Well, I think we're going to close this out. So our next clutch puzzle. So a het puzzle to an orange dream banana het puzzle. We had 11 eggs, if I remember correctly.
So we cut the butter, Inferno. This clutch we just saw, clutch number 30. And now het puzzle on the 26th. Yeah, and then the next one is the 30th, which are Nerd Girl. Oh, well, that'll be an explanation. But yeah, a het puzzle to an orange dream banana het puzzle. So
I get to
how many eggs you got?
It's either 10 or 11. So.
And 25% should show, so three-ish.
Yeah. So
visuals.
I'm hoping to hit another orange dream female puzzle and hopefully hit an orange dream banana puzzle to replace that, to have a visual male. Yeah, I'm excited. My final puzzle of the clutch of the year. So for visuals anyway, I have another one that'll have hets. So hidden gene Woma granite yellow belly to a puzzle. So some het stuff there. So. We want to just open the containers one last time?
Yeah, we're just going to go back through these last two clutches real quick and kind of close this out.
So, what I was super excited about. What
was this pairing?
So, Inferno, pastel hidden gene Woma granite yellow belly het xanthic to a pastel dark phase xanthic. We hit one over there somewhere. So that's Inferno, super pastel Inferno. That's a hidden gene Woma something or other, hard to tell. This one may be like a pastel granite. Maybe,
thanks, Matt. Appreciate that.
Maybe something else in there. We'll find out. And then pastel plus something for a visual there. We believe this one is everything, so other than the super pastel, so a Inferno xanthic. This one I think is gonna maybe be a pastel yellow belly granite, maybe. Or maybe a hidden gene Woma in there somewhere. I gotta wait until it gets out of the egg. So that's that clutch. And then
have a good night, Matt.
all the ones that were out of the egg.
I've posted one individual for het puzzle stuff online, Rich, and
the red stripe or the Mojave.
Well, the Mojave stuff is posted. Red stripe is posted. Well, no, I have another. So I have a Mojave animal posted. I have a red stripe het puzzle animal that will be available. It's a male. And then you're going to have some stuff coming up pretty soon, but those are 66s, right?
Yeah, so for my last clutch, I have a Banana Orange Dream, 66% het male, a pastel lesser banana, 66, also a male, an Orange Dream Banana lesser, that's also a male, that's 66, and then I think a normal, 66.
All right.
So
what we got here?
This is your McKenzie clutch, so
yep.
Butter Xtreme to McKenzie Enchi Fire Yellow Belly. And we were saying McKenzie possibly in those.
Some, yeah,
possibly.
Dude, I love what McKenzie brings because every clutch gets crazy, and then the craziness gets out of control, and I lose my brain and overload, and I can't tell even what simple things are. So most animals have to have 2 or 3 sheds before I can really have a 75-80% idea of what they are.
Right.
But I don't know. This stuff could be, pretty much anything at this point. But other than, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
That's out of control. This one, if Matt expressed it, has a crazy pied ringer right at the back there. Yeah, pull that out. Like, come on.
Yeah.
There's pied ringers, and as somebody else said, then there's pied ringers. That screams yellow belly pied. So McKenzie, yellow belly, butter, maybe fire, het pied. Now the pied component is like craziness for us because neither one of these animals are supposed to be het or possible het that we know of. So this is a relatively new finding. And if it was just a white ringer, I would probably kind of err on the side of, well, maybe just the way the combo expresses itself. But with the orange and the speckling and, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could still be a paradox, but it really looks like it's some kind of crazy het.
Yeah, and if it proves out, that'll just be phenomenal.
Yep, that's probably the only one that'll stay here.
Some more McKenzie.
Yeah, that one's crazy too.
Yellow belly.
belly.
This was a butter, fire.
Yellow belly.
Maybe yellow belly. Normal.
Yep.
And then this crazy color combo.
Yeah.
Maybe Xtreme.
Fire, Xtreme. Yep.
So yeah, some crazy stuff in there.
Yep.
So, if nothing pips early, we'll see you guys on the 26th, which I don't know what day that is. I don't think it's a week. Well,
all our stuff pips like 2-3
3 days. So
early.
probably maybe the 23rd is when we'll see you.
Yeah.
So
22nd, 23rd.
Yep. So, well, with all the excitement today, I am pretty drained. So, I hope to see you guys on the next video. Thanks for joining us tonight. We truly appreciate it. And I know Jim's feeling pretty good. So,
what does that got to do with anything? Just close it out. I don't have anything to do with that.
You're talking.
Oh, hold up.
Uh-oh.
Hold the train.
Hold the train.
Trade Winds wants to see a McKenzie red stripe. Oh.
You don't have
I don't know if I have that. I think
red stripe, yellow belly,
yeah, it's in there, but it's not.
It's not like you definitely see the red stripe for sure.
It's got other stuff. I think this is going to be a McKenzie Enchi red stripe. It might have yellow belly. That head pattern is pretty classic for McKenzie. And I can see red stripe in the blocking for sure.
See the fire?
Yeah, I think it's probably fire too. And then I don't know if yellow belly is gonna scream through on that or not, but
yeah, like it has stuff on the belly, but
yeah, it kind of has it. So that it might be. Dude, do you want to pull that Mac Fire from that most recent clown clutch? Just to no, it's not shed yet. Like it's like I'm sorry, red stripe fire. So Enchi clown clutch. Yep. Oh no,
that's
it's a firefly head clown. Sorry. So the red stripe bottom. Like this. There you
go, buddy.
Do fire red stripe. It looks awful on here. Just saying.
Yeah, straight.
Yeah, I've had several people tell me that the stainless looks good, but like, I don't like it.
On video, it doesn't. Like,
Yeah, red stripe fire, 100% het clown, like crazy animal. Yeah, got all that like that blocked squirt off alien head look from the red stripe. Yeah, that's some sickness right there. 100% het clown too. Pull that male out one more time.
The crazy
So, for the few of you that are left behind here, I know it's easy to like watch a video and just kind of drift off in the background, but does that look ultramel? Just put it down on the blue and yeah. Does that look ultramel clown to you? I've had people tell me that this animal looks like an ultramel clown, and if it is, it's a firefly ultramel clown. Yeah, I don't know. He looks great though.
Yeah, it looks really, really good.
Yeah, I'm super happy with this. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't even begin to tell you what's in that. Firefly red striped clown is the best I can guess. Woo! Alright.
Stunning animal.
There you go.
Alright.
Yeah, me either. Trade wins.
I think we're going to call it a night. What do you think?
Night.
Night? Alright. Thanks
or
for...
a night.
A night, yeah. Alright, well, thank you for joining us tonight. We truly appreciate it. We love having you guys here and experiencing what we experience at the exact same time we're doing it. So thank you for being here with us.
Peace, Rich. Take it easy, man.
And you all have a wonderful night, and we will catch you on our next video. Peace.